Hi, all. I am Ron with Pacific Permaculture. Today, I just thought I'd have a little live. Something's on my mind about people thriving in economic downturns, which I think we're in for a big one coming soon worldwide with all this corona stuff and shutting down whole societies, businesses all over the place. I think we're headed in for a really big global depression, and I just want to talk about thriving in those times. Now, one thing you want to start doing is trying to build community. It's not easy. I'm kind of a quiet person. I tend to be kind of a loner, which got me thinking about permaculture. Probably is that I can. It's a thing that you think outside the box. So you don't necessarily have to be someone that's a mainstream, get along with everybody, which is the good part. But the bad part is it's still hard for me to connect with people and build community. So I would say that's an asset in the future, especially given that I believe we're headed for a giant economic downturn worldwide here soon. And one thing I can say is that what you want to do is start growing food. Now, in the short term, if you have to buy soil, short term, say a week, 2 weeks, next couple of months, if you have to buy soil, buy soil. But a longer term approach is to build soil. Now, that's what permaculture stresses in a big way, build soil. So what I got going is I'm starting a system. I haven't initiated, but I'm starting to initiate a system where I have these buckets. Okay. And you see here, it's got a lid that screws on. So I can put my compostable kitchen scraps in here as I transition from one living situation to another. And I'm preparing most of my food at one spot. I can bring it to the spot where I have the actual land to dig a pit. And I'm going to do a pit composting method because honestly, I'm not going to sit out there and strain my back trying to turn compost. That's not going to happen. The worms and microbes and all that can do that. And also I'll be digging in heavy clay soil. So that's a challenge enough. You know, I'm just thinking of digging the hole and I'm thinking, man alive, that's a challenge. I have the heavy clay soil and I don't know how far I'm going to get, how quick with that. If I intend to start digging pits, you know, say 2-3 feet deep, 3 would be ideal. And cover them with maybe a piece of plywood or something so nobody will fall in them. And after that, as I have compostables, put them in there along with some brown material, say brown leaves or wood chips as available, or cardboard, or we'll use paper towels, stuff like that to try to balance the green type of material and the brown type of materials. So the more carbon and the more nitrogen materials. And so that way it breaks down at an even pace. That's what it's all about, by the way. If you have too much nitrogen, it's going to break down super quick, and then all the microbe colony society will collapse, okay? And also it'll kind of char it. It'll look like ash in the pile. And the other way is it breaks down super slow. So we're trying to balance that, build soil quicker than nature would on its own, which is pretty slow, and make good soil where we can grow our food. So, you know, people talk about turning the pile to have super quick compost. I don't need it super quick. I need it medium quick. Okay, so I'm going to be planting things into the area where I build the compost. I really doubt that I'll be digging it out to put in a planter. But maybe when I really get making soil, I'll dig it out and put it in my half barrel planters, which I'm going to increase in the next year. So I'm hoping on having another 20 to 30 more half barrel planters to plant into next spring and go from there. But I'll also be planting some things into the ground and building soil for future tense. So in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to buy soil. I don't have a problem with that. I'm getting up to speed with my garden. And you have to realize that gardening isn't necessarily a cost savings, but where it's a gain is that you have more vibrant, alive foods that are just impactful towards positive health. Okay, that's the thing. It may not be any cheaper for me to garden, but I'm getting better food than I can buy. That's the thing. And I'm down with that. I've been spending a lot on organic and I don't regret it. For the last 20, I have to figure it out, 20 some years. I think it's 23 years this year. I don't regret that, but it's time that I try to minimize my expense and maximize my vibrancy of food. Okay. So that's the thing. The more I can grow at home, the more vibrant and healthful it's going to be. And that's what I want to do. And I'm also kind of experimenting with the least amount of care. So with my tomatoes, people say, and bell peppers, people say, oh, you need to water them more. You need to water them more. No, I'm finding out how little they need for how much production I can get. And in as much as I'm not putting it on a chart and for analysis later, I'm getting an idea that I can water them deeply once a week and produce a pretty nice product out of that. Now, it's not the same as dry farming, but it has some similarities. And I'm told the dry farm tomatoes have a really thick skin, and mine don't have a super thick skin. So it's a balance, and they have a really nice flavor. And maybe when I make all my own soil someday, maybe it'll be just phenomenally better. Okay, I'm hoping. But also, I pick them right when they're as ripe as they can get before they just start turning to mush and are no good. So that's the thing also. You want it ripe and mature on the plant as you can get it, whatever it is, if you're growing it yourself. Don't pick it just because it's turned color. That makes no sense. That's the way you buy stuff in the market, and it lasts a long time, but it's not as flavorful and probably not as healthy as it could be. So, get as flavorful as you can if you're going to grow it yourself. Also, here's the thing. Try not to grow some variety that you're going to get in the market, some ho-hum thing that just you're average. Get something beyond the average. That you hear of some super flavorful variety, try to grow that in whatever you grow. Don't grow the plain Jane thing that then you go. Then if it doesn't turn out, you're going to say, oh, I could have got it cheaper in the market. And you're going to lose all the context of you're getting a better product. So it's a little bit easier to value it if you grow something out of the ordinary and you get to try something out of the ordinary too. So that's an aspect. And wow, I've been on here 10 minutes just rambling. But anyway, those are my takes on economic thriving. Is that we all have to eat. So the more that you can grow vibrant foods, the more you're going to thrive. Now, I'm not saying you're going to save a lot of money. You may save some money and you may not. You may spend just as much money and get better quality food that you can rely on when you're going to get it because it's coming out of your garden. Okay, if the supermarket runs out, when are they going to restock? Who knows, right? So that's the thing. It's just like the people running for toilet paper and all this, the stocking up and being in a panic. Prepare ahead. Gardening is about preparing ahead. Building soil is about preparing ahead for a better future. Okay, that's what it's all about. And building relationships with your neighbors is about preparing ahead too. Someday they may need you and they can feel free to ask you for some help. Or conversely, maybe you'll need them. But don't just do it because you may need help. Do it because you'd like to be able to be the one to help someone else when they need it. And if you need it, great. If someone could help. But maybe it's your turn in the cosmos to help somebody else. And we should be doing things towards those ends, towards helping the natural world and helping our people that live within range of us, our friends and neighbors and this kind of thing. And secondarily, try to look, of course, we always look to our own needs, but, try to cultivate some things that for the purposes of sharing, help somebody else get by a little better. So, once we've taken care of our own eating situation, we're more free to do that. So build soil, friends. If you can't garden or you don't want to garden and there's someone in the neighborhood who will garden your piece of little property, let them in to do it. Build the soil if you can. If you can't, create a relationship where maybe somebody else will come and help you build your soil and cultivate some things on your land and share it with you. Or, if you have a gardener already, that's taking care of ornamental stuff, maybe that gardener will be willing to switch out your gardener to where you get a gardener that cultivates fruits and veg for you. And then you get some things for, you get a better deal than just paying someone to do this and that. You got paying them to help eat good. So that type of thing. So those are my thoughts for the moment, because, it's it's very stressing thinking about we're in for some economic hard times, and it's all around. It's touching probably every aspect of our life. Anything we want to do is going to be hit economically. And our control space, I think, a big part anyway, is our eating. So think about growing food, sharing food, and ultimately grow soil. Look at examples of people who come from practically nowhere, harsh environments. Look at Jeff Lawton's videos. He's greening the desert, projects 1 and 2, really inhospitable environment, and he made it lush. Okay, look at Out West Homesteads. Susie and Bill created a garden out of this inhospitable desert environment. It's incredible. Look at Dan Permaculture Food Forest. Dan got some land, and it's a tropical environment in Florida, but he took it all the way from grass. He's building this nice food forest system, and joyfully making tasty food for himself and his family, and to share. And he's sharing how he does it, and that's a wonderful place to be. So we should all, that are in this gardening and homesteading and kind of permaculture, agroforestry end of life, if we believe these things, start up and just make it better. Do what we can in our yard, then help someone else do it in their yard, and on and on and on. We can beat back some of the bad economics, and we can all eat better and laugh and joke and have a good time, even if we don't have much money. If we can eat good, okay? So let's all help each other grow soil, grow food. To me, that's what all this is all about, and we can all thrive together. Also, I wanted to say that if anybody would like to do any kind of sponsorship or anything like that, I'm open to it. I have to see what the details are, but also things like if anybody would like to send me anything, hey, feel free. So I'm going to post my my PO box address here, and if anybody would like to, I'm not trying to be begging on anybody, but sometimes people can't garden or do any of this or support any of this, but maybe they want to send a gardening book, permaculture book, I don't know, something that's inspiring. Hey, feel free. So I'm gonna make a banner, and you guys can, if you want to send something, feel free. If you don't want to or you cannot, don't worry about it. But if you can, great. It's gratefully accepted. It's one of them things. I felt like I'm a person that always tries to do things on my own, and I thought, it doesn't hurt to throw it out there that if somebody would like to have any level of support, feel free. Or if somebody feels to send me $1, $2, or $5, feel free. That's also, just I'll enable you to do that if you want to do that. So if you'd like to support this channel in any way, you can contact me through that or through my email address is here. And I know I'm a small channel as of late, but I am open to having somebody do some sponsor things here. And even though I'm not monetized yet, so I have to be more creative. And if I like what you're doing and a product that I'm likely to use, great. I'll promote it on here. And the rest is just all the details, right? So anyway, let me show my regular mailing address again. And feel free. Or drop me a line and say, hey, you're a son of a gun. I'm not going to bother. Whatever you want to do. So that type of thing. And I intend to make this channel shoot. Okay, so I intend for the trajectory to go from here to kind of climb a little bit and pow. Okay, I'm going to start putting a lot more effort into it as soon as I get the house, the building of the Pacific Permaculture Institute more in order, and I can start more projects, and therefore I can video more projects and this kind of thing, and do some workshops and all that, and try to tie all this in together. And anyway, I'll put this again. You can contact me if anybody has any type of support they're willing to lend, even if you want to come by and host a workshop of some sort, and then I have a place you can put a workshop, put it that way. And we're going to build this world into a better place. We're going to grow it into a better place. That's the thing. You just have to work at it. And one little patch of good soil at a time, one fruit and vegetable item at a time. I think the saying is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. Okay, let's start today. I've got 200 subscribers. If everybody planted one fruit tree, just think how much fruit abundance we'd have in a year or two. A lot. Okay, that's one of the best investments you can make is in food trees. Particularly, I believe, fruit trees, because even if it costs you $60, look at the price of organic food. Highly prohibitive. Okay, so within a few years, you'll be paid back even if you only get a small harvest. So that's the thing. And I wish I would have set this up ahead that I knew people would come on here, because it's kind of droning on into a microphone here. But it's nice to have that interaction with more people, and I intend to do more of that. Set some times up ahead for later in the year where we can have several people on and do these StreamYards and have a panel and roll that forward as best we can. You guys will see once I get the place set. Maybe when they hang the wallpaper, I'll do a little short bit of the difference, and just to inspire people what they can do with a plain wall. And just show, because that'll end up probably being my backdrop for part of the shots. And anyway, we're just moving on, making our lives better. That's kind of what permaculture is. They're just making a more robust life and helping nature to thrive a little bit too. And that's what it's all about. Helping ourselves, helping others, helping other creatures to thrive out there. That's what it is. Permaculture equals care of the earth, care of the people, and sharing the surplus, if you didn't know already. And I'm thinking that I might have a giveaway for 500 subscribers. Now I'm about halfway there right now, and I haven't set it up, so don't quote me on that yet, because it might just boom, all of a sudden I've got 500 and it gets past me. But I'm looking forward trying to set up some kind of a 500 subscriber giveaway, and it might not be as expensive of an item that I give away, but at least I want to keep rolling this forward, keep sharing enthusiasm with those who support, and trying to move this whole gardening, permaculture, and all this ideas forward more and more. And I just feel that helps. We get more attention on the channel. Somebody gets to win something. They get more inspired in their gardening and their permaculture ideas. They inspire other people, and it just ripples out into society. We can make a more clean, green, healthy society. And I'm not going to sit here and debate the big things. Like they'll say, oh, there's climate change, there isn't climate change, there's this, there's that. Here's the thing. If all those big ideas are wrong, but yet we make cleaner air, we don't pollute the land and the water and the air as much, we're still doing a good thing. So let's just do those good things and let somebody else worry about if it's a big giant issue. Let's minimize the amount of resources we need so we can live better on less and help others do that. And therefore there's less pollution and more wonderful connection, and let's just make a better world from our plate to the next. The super vegan people say, what's the thing? Forks versus knives or some damn thing. Forks over knives. I say forks over plates. Let's keep our plate full. Help everybody keep their plate full. Okay, whatever they eat. They can eat what I like, what I don't like. I think heading towards vegetarian is a healthy way to go, to incorporate a lot more vegetables in your diet. Okay, I'm trying not to be all judgy with people. You eat what you want. If you want to eat all steak and you think that's healthy and you feel good, go ahead. I really still think that incorporating a lot of vegetables in your diet's a healthier way to go, but if you don't choose that, I'm not going to be all judgy. That's the thing. So, like I say, forks over plates. That's the thing to me. That you all keep eating good, and especially in a way that nurtures the outside world and helps the other creatures get by and thrive, and our neighbors get by and thrive if possible. Let's do that. So that's my thoughts on economic downturns. We may be short on money, but if we can eat good, we're still doing good. Okay. Anytime you can eat good in life and you're not, the economics might go through, clear it into a well. Okay. Might feel like the economics fell down a pit. But if you have good food you can eat, you can share, you're doing good. You can always try to get back more of that economics. What we want is to be able to thrive in life, whether or not we have a lot of economics. Okay, so eating good is a foundational part of that. And if you grow your own, easier to eat good. If you grow in a community, several people, everybody can eat good. Okay, so those are my thoughts. Best of luck to everybody out there. Grow food, grow soil. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.